Good morning, PT on Ice. I'm gonna get Instagram rolling here, and then we will get rolling. Get this going. Happy Monday, everyone. It was a gorgeous weekend here in Tennessee. Hope everyone enjoyed your weekends as well. Okay, we are rolling here. No, we are not on Instagram. Okay, I'm going to roll with Facebook and we will get Instagram going in a bit. Make sure that one more time. Yeah, not working on Instagram. Okay, so good morning, PT on Ice. I am Alexis Morgan, lead faculty with clinical management of the fitness athlete, pregnancy, and postpartum. And this morning, I am really excited to talk to you all about a topic that has really just continued to show up in my practice with these female athletes in pregnancy, in postpartum, in really all phases of athleticism and womanhood and being a human, and that is the lack of parasympathetic control or the lack of parasympathetic influence on our lives. So we can also word that as an increase in the sympathetic system or sympathetic overdrive. So as you all know, listening with within the nervous system, within those autonomics, we have both sides to the story for the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And many of us go about our lives really operating with the sympathetics in charge, full force from the minute we wake up from our alarm clock or baby or dog or whatever that is. We are in go mode. It is go time. Oh no, I'm already behind. I've got this, and this to do. And we are trying to tackle that to-do list immediately. And it really just kind of starts from there for a lot of us. And then we're rushing to get the kids ready, rushing to get to school, rushing. We are, we've got a lot of patients on our list. Like we are going all the way through. Also, our clients who are coming to see us are in the same type of situation, that sympathetic overdrive. And so with this, oftentimes when you've got that one-on-one time with your client, oftentimes they don't seem necessarily like they're super stressed out and they're super rushed around. They're sitting there calmly in your office and you all are talking about whatever issue that is that they are here to see you for. However, when you do their full body chart and when you ask them all of these lifestyle questions, you can really get a full understanding of the whole picture that is their nervous system and what is driving them. And within this, we really can see kind of what's at the base of their problems. Now, I'm not saying that just because they're stressed, that is the only reason why they're having pain or why they're leaking with jump rope. Like there are mechanical problems oftentimes that manifest in front of us. However, just simply addressing that mechanical problem that they're here to see you for is not going to give them the whole picture. That's not changing their life. That's not making them a more resilient human. That's just addressing this one issue that they're here for. That is a really good way for maybe them to forget about you and to go to a different therapist for a next plan of care. Like, yeah, they helped me fix that issue. Moving on, no problem. As if we didn't do all of this work to really help them get past that problem, right? But when we incorporate this holistic, this lifestyle approach to their care, and they really see that you take the time to really dive in to the root of their problems, and you help them address getting enough protein, getting enough sleep, managing their stress. When you help them and get to know them on this really foundational level of who they are as a human, they're going to come back to you. You're building that relationship with your client. You're building that trust. And ultimately, you become the person that they text when they've got a little flare up. They want to address it early. This is the way to really get after what we're all talking about here, which is PT version 2.0. It's getting them in the door quickly and efficiently. It's not going around many, many circles to try to get this physician to send to this. None of that. They're coming straight to us and we're addressing the problem. But that has to happen through this holistic approach. And oftentimes it really does come back to having this conversation of sympathetic versus parasympathetic to help them get out of that pain response. So today, I want to talk to you all about my 3 favorite ways to have our clients get into more of that parasympathetic response as opposed to constant sympathetic control. So number 1 is phone apps. Like, what an amazing thing that we have in 2021 where mindfulness has become kind of cool and it's become really, really accessible. So we've got apps like Headspace and Calm. I've used Headspace before, and now I'm currently using Calm. And as a practitioner, I love to have one of those on my phone in my office because I will use that with them in one of our treatments. So playing some of the calm music that's on in the background, or doing a 3-minute body scan prior to or at the end of treatment to just help them breathe. So often we say, take a deep breath. And while that's good to stop and take one deep breath, there's so much more value in really going for a minute or 2 minutes or even 3 minutes. And of course, the benefits continue as we increase the amount of time doing that deep breathing. But it's so helpful to expose them to that in your clinic and to let them feel what that feels like, to just stop doing anything, pause for an extended period of time, focus on their breath and nothing else. They open their eyes afterwards. We've shut down the lights. We've got calm lighting. The blinds are closed. Like, it's dark, it's calm. We've got that nice music going. And they're like, oh, I feel so much better. And that is exactly what we want them to experience. So using those apps can be super, super helpful. There is a barrier in that I pay for that app, and I think I paid like $60 for the year. But if you've got somebody who's very new to this, they are probably not just going to jump right in and spend $60 on an app that they're not even sure that they want. And that's where I like to use a different app. We all know it, Spotify. Spotify has a lot of really good, both calming music and meditations. You can type in body scan and find these guided meditations for deep breathing, for full body relaxation. And they can do that in an app that they already have. It is wonderful to help them experience what they just experienced with you in your clinic. Go do that at home, whether that's first thing in the morning, last thing at night, a random minute throughout the day where they can go step away. Using a music-based app, I'm sure Apple Store or Google Play, like, I'm sure they all have this. I just happen to use Spotify. But that can really help them incorporate what they're learning with you into their real life, because that's ultimately what's going to make that lasting change, is doing this on a regular basis for them in their life. The second thing that I love to use, and I've been using this more and more, is YouTube yoga. There are several instructors on YouTube that have really great sessions online for free. And just last week, I used one with a client, and it's yin yoga is a style of yoga that is a lot more kind of like what I'm talking about, where the poses are longer and you're breathing through that, and it's all about that progressive kind of relaxation. I'm no expert in yin yoga. If anyone wants to correct me, that is fine. But what I have found is that it's really good for this client who needs this particular type of care. And so, how do we do it? Well, you can do it with them in the clinic. So there's like a 20-minute session. You can go on, you can do it together. You can make sure that they feel good about the different modifications. You can help them figure out different modifications for the different poses. If they're having pelvic pain or low back pain, you can help them create pillows around their legs to modify it to where they feel comfortable, and then send them home with that video. And you know that they're going to do well with that. And again, it's very similar to they open their eyes after that 3-minute body scan. Like after this 20-minute, 15-minute yoga session together, they're like, oh my goodness. And don't forget to check their asterisk signs after this. This is huge. They're nice and calm. They're relaxed, like checking that forward flexion afterwards, or whatever it is that you're tracking as your objective asterisks. Don't forget to check those, because you are going to see a difference with these clients, and building that bike and helping them see, wow, just 15 minutes, just 20 minutes of this stretching of this YouTube video, and now I have so much better motion. Like, imagine if I were able to do that every single day. How much better could I get? Those are the questions that we want to start embedding in our clients' minds so that they can become a more resilient human being. So that, yes, they can get over this current episode of pain that they're in, and also prevent future issues from arising, or being able to manage them much, much better when they do arise later. The first two, I just talked about using your phone, using different apps, using YouTube. The third thing is actually putting the phone away. So this has been a huge practice in our personal lives. We've been charging our phones in the kitchen, I think, for like 2 years now. But it is such an amazing thing to, first, it's hard to break that addiction, but to put the phone face down on do not disturb on the charger in the kitchen, away from the bedroom, putting it down at the same time every night, or just 10 minutes before you're going to the bathroom and getting ready for bed. Like, putting that phone away and leaving it away until the morning. And even better, if you can do a few of your morning routines, things in your morning routine prior to touching that phone. The more we can separate ourselves from this addiction of our screens, the better off we're going to be able to control and have this more of this parasympathetic response. It's not just about the blue light. Yes, we have our blue light glasses. We've got the light blocker on the TV, on the phone screen. Like, we've got all the things, and that's good, and that can help with the hormonal response. But also, we've got this brain activity. And if we're scrolling through Instagram and we're seeing all of these people who are doing all these perfect things and look great, and they're doing all this stuff, like, we start to play that comparison game. And usually when we play the comparison game, we lose. And losing in a comparison game does not help with the parasympathetics. What helps is being grateful and having self-compassion and really experiencing life in the moment. So putting that phone away can help you, it can help your clients really experience their own mindfulness moments and not be wrapped up in everything that the phone can make us wrapped up in. So, one tip as we put the phones away, a lot of folks like to do a lot of this deep breathing stuff and the yoga in the evenings. So if you've got one of those smart speakers, you can play it through that, but put the phone away and use a different method if you can to be able to do that. And if you can't, if your client's like, I've only got these things on my phone, that's fine. Let's put it on Do Not Disturb. Let's put the phone screen down so that we're not seeing lights flashing and hearing the ding. And we can really experience that full moment of that body scan that you're doing or that yoga. And then afterwards, we're turning that off. We're not getting wrapped up in anything. We're not last minute checking any emails. We are just simply putting the phone away and going to bed. I hope that this was helpful for you all as a person. Hopefully you yourself can start to explore some of these options, and really in order to help your clients and your patients get into more of this parasympathetic control for even just a few minutes of intention a day, it can really make lasting impacts on our clients. We're not asking them to step away for an hour and do a closed eyes, legs folded meditation. We're making this easy and accessible into bite-sized chunks. We're showing them in the clinic what this feels like and what this looks like. We're rechecking their asterisk afterwards and demonstrating to them just how beneficial this is for them physically, not just mentally. It is not just a woo-woo kind of thing. This literally has physical implications into their plan of care, and you're demonstrating that. You're building that bike so that they can then take that home and do that as their home exercise program in order to address that issue that they're here to see you for, and also to build a more resilient human being in front of you. And that's what it's all about. I hope this was helpful for you all. Hope you have a great Monday. If you are interested in joining our course, we are having our next 8-week cohort for the pregnancy and postpartum fitness athlete. That starts June 28th. We would love to have you join us. And with that, I am signing off. Have a happy Monday.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.